We are back talking all about Pantala, a local company and product that Anne and Susan have come together with. And now we've talked about the history. We are going to dig into the food. We are going to eat and find out what you make with this incredible product.
Okay, because that's really what it's all about. So what we have determined is there are a lot of uses for Pantala, and it really works well as an appetizer, but also in a lot of main courses. And the more we play around with it, the more exciting ideas that we have. But just some basics. We've got some bruschetta over here, or crostini. So crostini would just be the toasted bread. I just bought a small baguette and sliced it up and put some olive oil on it and baked the bread for about 10 minutes just to get it nice and crispy. We have two versions of the Mediterranean fusion. One has feta in it and one is a vegan version, so there's just no cheese in that one. This one we used the feta one. You could decide, it doesn't really matter, whichever your choice is. We've topped it with a little extra feta and then just some finely chopped fresh basil. And what I like to do to serve it, or to make it pretty, and hopefully this will be pretty, is just drizzle a little tiny, this is balsamic vinegar. This is a nice thick one. There we go. And just drizzle it on top and make the plate really nice. Makes for a beautiful little appetizer, kind of light, nice for summertime, and super simple to make. You can keep the crostinis in your freezer too, so make a lot and then just take out the breads when you need them. So another appetizer we, is really popular these days are the charcuterie plates, or some people call them grazing boards. And it's a really nice way to entertain because that you can put, if you know you're having vegetarians or meat eaters or whatever, everybody's got certain dietary restrictions, you can put everything out, you can do multiple boards, you can separate it. I always try and separate the meat a little bit from the cheese in case somebody doesn't want to eat meat, then it's not right there next to it. This is a smaller board. We've got nuts, pepperoncini, some dried fruit, obviously olives, and then of course our beautiful Pantala right in the middle with just some really simple crackers. It's got so much flavor. If you try and put it with too strong of a flavor of cracker, they kind of compete with each other. So we recommend just a really nice water cracker. But this is beautiful for picnics. You can bring the little jar with you, just have your little snacky foods and some nice wine, and you've got dinner basically, and just spoon out the Pantala right on top of the crackers.
You're right. It's simple, it's customizable, and you did a beautiful job creating this.
Yeah. And you saw it only took her like 10 minutes.
Yeah, very quick, very
easy. It's great for summer concerts too.
Yeah.
Pack it up and take it out too.
All of these ingredients you can have in your refrigerator, so you can put it together really quickly. And what most people find, I think, is they have their favorite board and they have their favorite arrangement, and you keep creating kind of the same thing over and over. There's lots of pictures online too to help you.
And once you open this jar, it keeps in the refrigerator for a little while.
At least 10 days. We've found that it actually doesn't mold
longer.
or whatever. It keeps longer, but ultimately over time you'll get a degradation in color mostly. But I would say 10 days is nice and fresh, and it's not going to last that long anyway.
You're gonna eat it.
But it'll stay it's shelf stable for quite some time.
Shelf stable at least a year in your pantry. Yeah, right now we're still doing some time testing on it, but some shelf life testing, but for sure it's a year. So yeah, just keep it sealed and buy a bunch. And you'll always have it on hand.
Just love it. And then you have another recipe.
The other dish we thought we would show is it's just an Orzo pasta. This is already cooked. I'm just gonna drain it. Orzo is a pasta. It looks like rice, and so it cooks really quickly, and especially here in the mountains where it takes forever to cook things because water boils at such a low temperature. So I'm just going to drain that out, and Orzo is funny. It starts out really small, but it gets really big. So it seems like it seems like you're not cooking much, but it grows on you. So I'm just going to drain that, and this is a super simple dish, and it's really nice cold as well as hot. I am going to use a bowl. Well, no, I'm just going to mix it right in here. We'll do that. I'm just going to add a jar of Pantala to it. This one I'm going to use the vegan version because I want to add Parmesan cheese to it instead of the feta, just to give it a different flavor. And I'm just going to spoon that in. You can do it to taste if you want. This recipe can take a whole jar.
And you mentioned this can be hot or cold, so you can bring it on a picnic or eat it warm.
Yeah, make it and bring it for lunch the next day. It's delicious. I've got some freshly chopped basil here, which makes it beautiful. and nice. I salted the water a lot when I cook the pasta. I usually put quite a lot, about a tablespoon of salt in the water. You want it to taste like the sea, is what the Italians would say when you cook pasta. So you've already got salt in there. And then I've got freshly chopped Parmesan cheese here, freshly grated, I should say. And I'm going to mix that in to give it a real nice, salty, yummy flavor. And that's it. That's all you do.
That's it.
And then we plate it up in a pretty bowl. You can serve it as a side dish. Put some chicken in it. Some nice sausage would be good in here. Some cooked sausage, cooked chicken. And it really makes for a nice, simple meal.
Oh, it's fresh. It's flavorful.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
How does it feel, Anne, to see your recipe just in the world in this way?
This has been quite a journey. It started, our hike that you mentioned before was last July. So it's not been quite a year, but we've learned so much.
And you're excited to launch this and get it out in the world, but you're also keeping it a bit small to make sure the integrity stays there.
Well, yes, and also from a production standpoint, we're limited at this point. We're not doing it with a co-packer, we're doing it ourselves. And we want to make sure that the customers that we have, we can service them top notch and that the shelf will never be empty. So we want to start small and escalate as it goes.
So right now you need to come to Park City, head to the market, Mountain Town Olive Oil, you can find it there.
Within a couple weeks, it will be available online as well.
Oh, perfect. So you'll ship it out.
Yeah, and the website is pantala.life, because we're all about experiencing life, and that's on the jar, and so you can go there. It's not live yet. It's very close. So within a couple weeks, people will be able to order online if they're not here in Park City.
And are there other ways to reach out to the two of you? Social media, email, what are some other options?
We do have social media. We are at Pantala Premium Toppings at both Instagram and on Facebook. And you can contact us at Susan at Pantala.life or Anne at Pantala.life.
Yeah.
So.
And I know this is a bit premature, but you mentioned you have other product ideas as well.
Oh,
Coming.
yeah,
Stay
it's
tuned.
all the time. We've got a
Yeah.
long list.
A long list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still with the idea of fresh and flavorful and a sauce, something that you could
Something to add, a
make
topping.
with, sauce is coming.
Keeping it
and,
simple and fresh and healthy.
Yeah.
Keeping it with.
But different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is absolutely beautiful. I love this charcuterie bowl, this bowl of pasta, also the crostini over there, just gorgeous. Any other quick recipe ideas for us?
I was just going to mention that my favorite things to eat it on are salmon. So grill some salmon and put it on top. And my eggs. I can't eat my eggs anymore without a little
Delicious
dollop of
with eggs,
Yeah,
yes.
with Pantala.
Which is a great weeknight meal, frittata or scrambled eggs or whatever. I like to make bison burgers from my cheeseburgers, mix it in with the bison meat. It adds an amazing amount of moisture and flavor. Somebody else suggested meatloaf, putting it in the meatloaf. Which would
Avocado
also be
toast.
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous on
Amazing
avocado toast.
avocado
Yeah.
toast.
Little fried egg on top. I mean,
Yep.
there's lots of ways. So it goes with a lot of those kinds of flavors, those fresh Mediterranean, summery type foods,
Yeah.
but also making it more wintry. Charcuterie board or the meats. It works really well with a lot of things.
It really does. The possibilities are endless. This has
Yeah.
been so much fun. Such a pleasure meeting you both. Congratulations on this big product launch coming together after so many years of doing really impressive, intentional things with food and friendship and connection. So thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Christine. Thanks for
Thank you.
having us. Appreciate
Appreciate
that.
it.
Don't forget to head to pantala.life. You can get information about this product. You can make sure to buy it. It will be ready to ship nationwide soon, and also you can get it local here in Park City. We'll be back with more right after this.